Hello everyone, it's Diane, and I'm bringing you along with me as I learn some of the ways to use these new mixed media items that I had gotten on sale at Michael's. I'm working on the Bible journal. It's not actually a journal, what shall I call it? Just a Bible book. And I need to decorate the pages because there will be no journaling in it. So I decided that it would be a good time for me to try out playing with some of the things that I have. I had just gotten these because they were 30% off, all the Finnabair, I guess that's how you pronounce it, mixed media. And they didn't have a lot of different things there, but I got the Patina Effect Paste, which comes in a box like this, and they're in these jars, and you get 3. And the mica powder. And the mica powder was already leaking when I opened the package. It's already on the package. And you will get mica powder all over your hands when you handle the bottles. I have 6 of those different colors. So I did play around with them a bit. Let me show you what I've done so far in this Bible book. I think I've got to be pretty much done with the first signature because my spine will be 2 inches at this point, and I've only decorated 1 signature. It's going to be at least 3 inches for the spine, I believe, on this book. So let me just show you what I've done with the first signature so far. I'm not going to go into great detail because I'll talk about it more when I do the flip through when it's done. Some fabric there. So here is one of the tags I made. I didn't bring one of the, you can see what it would look like. I didn't bring one of the plain ones over here with me, but it's a large manila shipping tag, and I have these in my shop. They're called giant tags in my shop, and I do have a ruler here. It is 4 by 8. So that's a pretty good size, and this is a big journal, so it's a good time to use it. So what I did with this was I ran it through my Big Shot with an embossing folder, and it just did some kind of fancy looking lines. I had to do it twice because the embossing folder only came up to here, so I did that, and then I turned it around and kind of tried to line it up. I did a pretty good job on that one, but it doesn't really make that big of a deal because I Mod Podged stuff over it. So then after I put it through the Big Shot, then I just sprayed it with some of my sprays, color sprays, and then I used my Tim Holtz collage papers and Mod Podged them on, and I really think it turned out pretty. So that's what I'm going to do with you today. Yeah, what I do with the other tags, let me grab the other ones. Oh, I don't know. I should have been prepared. I don't know what I did with the one. Oh, here it is. This is the one we're going to decorate today. But that was just using sprays. That wasn't using anything new. And then I decided to try the patina paste. So this one has patina paste, and I used the green and the brass, it's called. And I will show you those in just a moment. And then I did some more, Mod Podging. But can you see the shine? And this one has also patina paste, and this time I did the green and the blue, and then did the brass around the edges and a little bit on the page. You can see it's textured, kind of like plaster almost. So that's pretty cool. But they all have a different consistency. I would understand it if the metallic one had a different consistency, but the 2 colors do also. And so I was wondering if any of you have experience with these media, so you could tell me what's up with that. So anyway, so I did 3, and now we're going to do the 4th one. put a piece of paper down. So let me show you. The green is, I like the consistency of the green one. It's creamy, but it's still a paste. So I'm thinking the blue one got dried out. No, wait. No, the green one was the one that I thought was dry. This one has more of like a roughness to it. It feels like there's grit in there. This one is creamy, but harder to move around. It's like thick Play-Doh or something. So it's different. It doesn't have that grit in there. It just says Patina Effect Paste Blue. And this says Patina Effect Paste Mint Green. So wouldn't you think they would be the same except for the color? And this one is silkier, creamier. So I'm just going to play with them, and you can watch and see what happens. And like I said, if you have any experience with these things, please let me know. And I will look them up. You don't get a whole lot, so, you know, try to be a little bit sparing with them. I'll look them up on YouTube, see if I can see anybody playing around with them, see what else I can do with them. Oh, I just dug my fingernail right into it. I don't know how long I'm going to be at this, but my daughter is bringing my grandsons here before too long for me to watch so she can go to an appointment. And then I just took an old card and scraped it around, because it says to apply it with sponges or a palette knife, and sponges didn't work very well, and I don't have a palette knife, so then I decided to try this. So this is the one that's got the grit in it, and it kind of flakes off, and you're left with this kind of textured. Maybe it'd be easier to see the texture if I wasn't putting it on a textured card. And it's going to be messy because I'm using the same little stick for both colors. I'll just put some of this blue on. That really overpowers the green. It's a very bright blue, and the green is light and subtle. So I think I'll put some more green on. I think I'll need to wash my hands when I'm done here. And I am going to Mod Podge the collage paper over it, so I don't need to worry about too much about it. So maybe I'm just wasting these supplies by doing a background that I'm going to Mod Podge over. But isn't that what you do with mixed media art, like junk journals? You use this stuff as a background, and then you put stuff over it. It's very crumbly. Alright, now I'm going to try the brass. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Patina Effect Paste Brass. It's so strange. They're all called paste, but they all have a different consistency. So these are going to be fun to play with when I get back to doing some art journaling, which I hope to do soon. I wanted to organize my space better, which I got a real good start on that. I still have to do the other areas, but they shouldn't take as long. And work on prepping some of the stuff that I've gotten at flea markets to put in my shop. I started cutting up some fabrics and sheets, vintage sheets. but I still have a lot more to do. So anyway, I've got to take the time to do the art journaling and collaging that I like to do, so I want to do some of that this summer. And here we are, summer's half over. What did I do with this? I don't remember if I used the baby wipe. Kind of smear that around. Let's try it. Well, I don't think I did that before, but it does work to smear it around and blend it in. It looks kind of like a mess now, doesn't it? And I still can't see the green. But like I said, I'm going to Mod Podge over it anyway. Where's the other one I did? This one I didn't blend in all together like that, and you can differentiate between the green and the blue, and there is some blending here. But I think the baby white just smeared everything together, so don't do that. Clean my hands off a little bit. Put my lids on so they don't dry out more. Dump all these crumbs in my wastebasket. It's a good thing tomorrow's trash day. My wastebaskets in here are really full because of cleaning up my room here. Alright, I'm just going to make sure this is dry. Brush more of the crumbs off. I don't have much Mod Podge left. And I don't have any Elmer's glue. I do have matte medium that I could use if I run out of this. Put some water in it, thin it down a little bit, make it go further. It did cool off here. It's still warm, of course. It's the middle of July, but it's much, much better. It's closer to 80 than 90 or 100. And there's a breeze sometimes, so it feels pretty nice. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Where's my... Oh, it's right in front of me. I love these collage rolls. They're just tissue paper, but they're very nice quality tissue paper. I love them. So on this one, I used some Tim Holtz, this tissue paper that someone had wrapped something in it when they sent it to me, and it's very nice. I had never purchased any of the Tim Holtz tissue, and it's very nice and thick. So I used some of the music note pieces of that, and then put this from here on. And then this one is just a couple pieces of this roll. And the other one has some black and white. So I used the colored and a piece of the black and white, which I really like the way that looks. I'll use these white roses down here. I'll use some of this music tissue paper again. I want to cover up more of this because I really don't like the way that the blending happened. Of course, because I was doing it on camera for you, and I don't like the way it looks. It just got muddy because I used the baby wipe. You still will be able to see the color through the tissue. I like those berries. Okay, let's just go with it. There we go. I cover up the tag and then the hole gets covered, so when it's dry I just punch the hole out again. With the mica powders, there was no instruction whatsoever. With these, it just said to like what kind of tools to use to apply it, and that was about it. With the mica powders, there's nothing, and I know that you can put them in spray bottles with water and paint and stuff to give your sprays a nice shimmer. But I don't know what else you can do. I'll show you what I did with it, because I just wanted to play a little bit. So I think that'll look alright once it's dry. Set it down there and let it dry. So what else I did in this book? So this is where I used the mica powders, and I'll just show you. On the camera it just looks brown, but it's a little bit of green and a little bit of pink and a little blue and some, I think it's supposed to be bronze, but it turned out to be quite dark brown. So I had sewn all of this, collaged this stuff on here, and then I decided to stamp scripture verses inside each of the shapes that were formed with the stitching. And then I wanted to add some color, so I tried the mica powders, and I'll show you what I did. I'll grab a paper from another of the signatures. Guess I'll just use this one. I'm not sure what side of this I'm going to cut off, so I've just left it long for now. Both sides. So all I did was sprinkle some of the powder onto the paper. And then take a cotton ball and rub it. And it does have a shimmer to it. It is mica, so it's shimmery. It's a little darker in person than it is on the camera. And this is what I used. I won't be using this one again. It doesn't have any colors. You see my fingers already? Just from handling the bottles. This one was darker than I wanted, so I won't be using that again here in this. You have to pop the top off, and this one got stuck. There's a piece of just a liner for the top, so you have to remove that. And then you can use it as a shaker bottle. There's a side with holes and a side for pouring. That might be best if you're pouring it into a bottle to make a spray solution. So this is white. I don't expect it to show up much, but it'll just add some more shimmer. And a little bit of blue. The other one I did after I had stitched the collage on the other side, so it did color all the thread too. You can see there that the thread is colored. Okay, I think I'll just try a little bit of the gold down here at the bottom. Okay, I think I'll leave well enough alone. I don't want to make it too muddy, but you can see it's very subtle. The color here is very bright, but when you rub it, it becomes very pale. Collect some of the stuff that's on my mat. So that's what I wanted to show you, what I did with the mixed media things I was playing with. And let me just finish flipping through this. Where was that? That was on this page. You can see, I think the coffee dyeing on this one was darker too. So there's quite a difference between the two of them. Between the coffee dyeing and the colors that I chose. I'm going to put fabric pocket across here. That'll cover up that barcode too. And then I did this waterfall flip pictures from Genesis. So that's the first signature. I think I've got to do a little bit more in the back half, but maybe stuff that won't add too much bulk. And then I'll get started on the other signatures. So thanks for watching, and like I said, if you know anything about these media, let me know, especially those pastes and their consistency. I don't know if it's something I should take back to the store because they're not right. I just want to know if that's the way they're supposed to be. Dry and crumbly for the green one. Alright, thank you so much, and I'll be back sometime soon. Bye bye.